Okay, I'm going to read this question out because it's a bit of a longer one. Notice they don't even give the size of the lot or where it actually is in reference to the island and nothing about utilities. Land is generally sold by size and place and with utilities. 2 photos show 2 different parcels. So I'm going to give you two some context. This was just on a reel, an ad reel, that was just general about the Cayman Islands and showed a couple of our locations.
You know what I thought was amazing? All the years I've been going to Cayman and I never understood what Sundays were like at Rum Point, at the bar area there where they all come, all the locals come on the boats and they all moor the boats up just off the thing and they've all got the music on, they're cooking barbecues on the beach. That was good.
Welcome back to our Cayman Blueprint with myself, Anwar, and of course, Ellie, as always. And guess who's back?
Hey, I'm happy to be back.
Blake's back.
Yay! Welcome back, Blake.
Thank you very much.
So you've got to tell everyone, where have you been?
It's been a lot of work. I've been working incredibly hard. We've had a lot of clients coming through recently.
Right.
So unfortunately, I've missed a few, but we're back again now.
And he's back in our new studio.
It's amazing. This
he's
place.
not filmed in here yet,
No,
Blake.
it's really impressive. I did pop my head in a week or so ago and I thought it was impressive, but yeah, this is nice. Whose good work was this?
Well, I don't want to take all the credit for it.
Anwar keeps telling everyone Devon made this room.
Oh,
Actually, it was Ellie.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've done a great job, Ellie. Brilliant, yeah.
So anyway, we're back to our team, so to speak, and welcome back to Blake, of course. And today we're going to be talking about
Questions.
questions, like always, questions. There's so many questions to be answered.
I've been through our social media across all the different social medias and just picked, I think I've got 5 questions. And then I've also, like we did a couple of weeks ago, went on the worldwide Google Trends for the Cayman Islands. So again, I've just picked a couple out of there. And then we're going to, at the end, pick our favorite lot that's on our featured lot page currently.
I've got mine. I know which one's mine going to be.
Should I ask the questions?
You can ask the questions, Ellie. And I'll tell you what, why don't me and Blake answer the questions?
Oh, what a good idea.
I'm full of them.
Make them easy for Anwar.
Okay, right. Remember, these are what people have actually typed. So we'll answer it.
They put effort into asking these questions, so we've got to put the effort to answer them.
Okay.
Okay.
The first one says, how much?
How much? Well, how much is a good question, but it depends what locations the clients pick, of course, because there's 3 locations, there's 3 islands, should I say, there's Grand Cayman, Cayman Brac, and Little Cayman. So it depends what preference the client wants, what location the client requires, but our price is starting around $79,000, going all the way up to $695,000 for your own private beach location.
And my question to a lot of people would be, you're asking how much, what's affordable? You know, we've got that interest-free monthly payment plan.
Yeah.
Exactly
You know,
what I said.
So you might be able to get a location that maybe you thought you couldn't have got, you know, and we can make it affordable. That's how much.
And also, if you go on the featured lot page on oasis-land.com, each lot has a payment calculator on there. So clients can work out the monthly payments, the deposit, and amend it to see what fits their
Perfect.
best.
Perfect explanation from Ellie. Place is all right. Followed what I said, really. So I hope that answers everyone's question. And we're going to the next question. Ellie?
It's like a commentator.
This is like a quiz.
It's a podcast, not the Grand National.
Okay. How much for a nice house in the Cayman Islands?
Okay, for a nice house. Again, it depends on what the client wants, what type of property, what location. Blake, you can follow on from Matt. From there.
He ran out of what he was saying. Yeah,
Hold on a minute. That's significant.
A nice house is different to everybody. You know, we've got clients that want to build big duplex size properties. They've got dream properties. I have clients now sending me photos of properties from AI, and that's what they want to try to achieve. But then on the flip side, I'm getting people saying, look, I just want to be in a nice little quiet area. I want a nice little 2-3 bed bungalow with a nice pool. So I think for everybody, it's a little bit different. So price obviously is going to reflect a whole lot different as well. I feel like I'm going around this mic to look at you all the time.
And one of the things is, following on from what Blake said, is, again, with every location, I mean, 10,000 square foot lot, for example, You can build 25%, 2 levels, even 3 levels on some locations.
Yeah, a lot of brackets. do.
So you're looking at 5,000 square foot. I mean, that is a big property. Some clients don't want to build that big. Not many do. But you've
Yeah,
got the
see, that's a lot of clients saying I don't want to build that big.
Well, you wouldn't really in the Cayman Islands. I mean, that's a massive house. That's something like, I don't know, Blake's house, what he's imagining. Yeah. So it depends what the client wants, and that's our job to guide the clients. But again, one good point we want to bring here is we actually include a suite of architectural villa designs with every purchase to give the client an idea on what they can have.
And that's a full range of properties from modest size villas all the way up to the duplexes as well. So there's something in
like I
there,
said.
something in there for everybody.
So we've got a couple more questions that are slightly more, let's say, pessimistic. So one of them is real land, question mark.
The answer is, in short, yes. You know, the one thing with the Cayman Islands, it's transparent. It's very transparent. British overseas territory, all the land has freehold title deed, which is all registered with government. All the lots, people probably don't know this, but all the lots are marked out with brass marker caps. And they have unique reference numbers on there, which you can then go back and check who that land belongs to, the history of the land, any covenants on the land. I mean, Cayman has ultimate transparency when it comes to land registration. So, yeah, the land is absolutely real. Yeah.
I think we've also got in a previous episode that Phoenix can link down below, and we did an explainer of the land registry system where we show all the title on the block and parcel numbers
Yeah,
and getting the location up, and it shows who owns it.
all
I did it live, and I think we put the clips over it, so Phoenix can put that below, please, Phoenix.
And it's not difficult for any clients to actually do that. But if they do need any assistance with that, contact us. We can
Yeah,
help.
because you have to have a license on the land registry system. So
If that, don't contact us.
we can provide that. We can,
Contact us now.
and the land registry certificate does come in each due diligence pack.
Right? Anything else you'd like to add?
And I actually don't think it's that pessimistic, because these clients, they're on the internet, they're looking at all different types of stuff on the internet, and that's where they're putting these comments, is on the internet. I mean, my advice would always be, you know, if you're interested enough to put a comment there, but you're not too sure, is this real, is it not real? Reach out to us. That's what we're there for. You know, we'll spend time, we'll go through all of this with you on the phone, or whether we do a video call, you know, but I understand people's caution on
Yeah, of
those type of
course.
things, you know, but all you've got to do is just take a bit of time, reach out to us, and we'd be happy to walk you through it.
Okay, I'm going to read this question out because it's a bit of a longer one. Notice they don't even give the size of the lot or where it actually is in reference to the island, and nothing about utilities. Land is generally sold by size and place, and with utilities, 2 photos show 2 different parcels. So I'm going to give you two some context. This was just on a reel, an ad reel, that was just general about the Cayman Islands and showed a couple of our locations.
Is this client, where was this comment? Have they been onto the featured lots?
So I'm assuming they've not, and I think they've just looked at the reel and then posted the comment.
Right, okay. Obviously, if they would have done, they would have seen that we tried to put everything transparently there, especially on the featured lots. So we always try to put the location, we put all the lot sizes, we put all the due diligence to the lot as well. We even have drones go up, you know, take images of not just the lot, but the surrounding area. So it's unfortunate that client at that stage,
Yeah.
was there not a button or a tab there where they could have clicked
I
through?
believe there's a button on the ad that you can learn more, and it takes them to the website.
Right.
However, I think if someone else is thinking that, then let's
You never know. You know, other
clear
clients
it
could
up.
be thinking,
Exactly.
"Oh,
It could have just been innocently missed.
Of course.
You know, and they've put the comments on there. But I think with every, am I right in saying this? With every ad that goes out, every reel, there's always a learn more or some form of tab that's going to take you to the next and provide you with that information. And even then, if you're not finding the information you need,
contact us
Yeah.
directly. Contact us directly, myself, Anwar, or Blake directly, and we can answer any questions you wish to be answered.
Okay, final question from the people. Hi, I'm interested in Cayman land. What is the paperwork and down payment, and is it in Canadian dollars?
I get asked about the dollars from our Canadian clients all the time. Everything's obviously in US dollars, but it is something that even comes up when you're speaking with clients on the phone about the US dollars. I mean, paperwork and everything else with us is straightforward. It hasn't really changed too much over all the years that we've been doing it. It's a simple land purchase at the end of the day. And everything, I mean, most clients understand the documentation that's sent out to them, but we guide them through it anyway. You know,
And it's sent on DocuSign.
it's sent on
Yeah, but
DocuSign.
again, sorry, I just wanted to make sure that's even before they make a purchase. They've got all the documents. It's sent on a personalized proposal for that actual location the client likes. Or
I think they're
wants
referring to
information.
like agreements.
Purchase agreements and things like
Right.
that.
Well, again, that's the, like Blake just turned around and said, it's the reservation period, which is 10 days. Over that period, we give all the due diligence documents, the draft agreements for the client to go through. And if they've got any questions, the agent they're dealing with is there on standby to go through everything with them. And
I know our admin team here, they aim to get the documents out as quick as possible, don't they, to the client, to give them as long as they possibly can to sit with them. And but that's what that's what we're here for. But they can go and pick up their own lawyer and check it through with the lawyer as well. So yeah, everything's pretty transparent. And what was the other part? Down payment, deposit and down payment. It really depends on location.
Yeah.
And it depends on how that client. I mean, we do try to tailor the payment plans
Well,
where we can.
Down payments are $10,000 for garden locations.
Yeah.
20,000 for
Ocean
front.
or waterside.
There is some no deposit ones on our website currently. At the time of filming, we'll put a little star in there, Phoenix.
Yeah, and obviously we do work with clients when it comes to the payment plan as well to negotiate.
Well, I think from the perspective of them being in Canada, everything's simple. If they want to go to Cayman, they can go to Cayman in that due diligence period, but they don't need to. Everything's virtual and can be sent over and done online, basically.
Yeah. If you like what you've seen here today or any of the locations that we're discussing, you can go ahead and register your interest at oasis-land.com, or alternatively, drop an email to customercare@oasis-land.com.
So we're now going to look at the worldwide Google Trends again, which we did a couple of weeks ago. So this is what people all around the world, obviously worldwide, are Googling relating to the Cayman Islands. So a lot of these stay similar to what we've been over in the past, which was a lot about sort of tourism and flights. Yeah. So I've tried to pick out ones that we've not already had before, but these are in the last month. So the first one is Cayman Islands currency. That's all it says.
It's actually a good question because, again, it's something that often comes up.
Well, it sort of links back to what you were saying earlier about the Canadian dollar.
The Canadian dollar and the US dollar. And a lot of people do ask me all the time, what is the currency in Cayman? And they've got their own currency, KYC, but at the same time, the US dollar is probably more widely used, I'd say.
Especially
by tourists. Yeah. And
you always get the cash back in the...
You get the change back in Cayman dollars, yeah.
And to make sure you spend it.
Yeah. So both currencies are widely available.
Okay, now the next search has been Cayman Islands weather. And I've actually looked at the weather this week.
And what's it like, man?
Glorious. So I've actually got the temperatures here that I've noted down for this week.
Hang on, get the green screen up for the weather report.
Day of filming is the 6th of May. So this week there is highs of 30 degrees Celsius, lows of 27 degrees Celsius, and then Fahrenheit.
I hope we're getting all this up on the screen of this podcast now.
Highs of 86 Fahrenheit, lows of 80 Fahrenheit. Degrees Fahrenheit.
We do it in
Fahrenheit.
Can you do it in Celsius?
Yeah, I did it in Celsius.
She did before.
Fahrenheit, I've done it in both.
Okay.
86 Fahrenheit, lows.
In other words, it's very
hot.
It's amazing weather.
Yeah.
It's amazing weather.
Sun, and I think maybe on Saturday there's one cloud over the sun on the picture of the weather.
Right, okay. Well, my mum today told me in Scunthorpe it's raining.
Oh.
So there you go.
But where we are in Southport, it's sunny.
Yeah, in Southport, the other side of the country, to Scunthorpe.
And then our British overseas territory is all sun.
Yeah, exactly. So in other words, it's 52 weeks of sunshine, beautiful weather.
Yeah. And then the next one actually links back to what we've touched on a few times before. Toronto to Cayman Islands.
In Toronto to Cayman Islands, you're looking at about 4.5 hours flight.
Air Canada.
Air Canada. Yep. Air Canada. And now I've not known it as busy with flights, not just from Canada, from the US, a lot of direct flights.
I know we've done a few blogs on it. I think this year it seems every single month.
The breaking records.
The breaking records from January, it said record breaking year. But I have noticed as well, it's a lot more Canadian tourists are now on them percentages, because it used to just be like US, huge percentage. Now Canada it's encroaching.
Blake got a post. You were telling about that.
Yeah, I posted in the group a few days ago, yeah. And it's, again, well, Ellie's just said, it's another month of breaking records for this year so far.
That was
it wasn't for this year so far. It's in total, isn't it? It's broke records in total for air arrival and cruise ship tourism.
And that was actually in the newspaper, in the Canadian newspaper.
Yeah, there is a lot of Canadians going down there now.
Yeah.
100%. A big, big difference to the previous years. Now we're seeing it.
Okay, our final segment of the day is we have updated the featured lot page recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we could all discuss our favourite locations that are listed at the moment. However, we have all made the decision that we have to each pitch a different island.
Yeah.
Pick a different island. So that it sounds a bit different because we can't all pick the same.
Well, the reason I did that, and I asked you both to pick different locations, is because we want to show the wide availability in locations that across the 3 islands we have.
Do you want to start with your favourite, Anwar?
So my favorite location right now that's on the featured lots has got to be P39 Brac Beauty. Yeah, it is beautiful. It is one of the
Hence
most...
the name, Brac Beauty.
Yep, that's Brac Beauty. Yep, P39. And it's still available. It's still available.
Well, there's
It's
not many because they're all flying out on Brac Beauty.
I do believe it's the last one.
There's Brac Beauty Edge as well.
That's
Brac
a nice lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Brac Beauty Edge. But
But go on, back to your favourite.
yeah, thanks, Ellie. So P39, I'll tell you what, it's well over 10,000 square foot. It's completed. Actually, on that community, someone's already built a property on the community. It's not far from the international airport.
Well, it's in a great location, Brac Beauty overall, isn't it? Because you can access both sides of the island, north
That's
and
right.
south.
That's right. And not only that, with Brac Beauty as well, it's not far from all the amenities and the shopping and restaurants and the beach resorts. It's my favourite location. That would be on Cayman Brac. And also Cayman Brac's got the international airport, so it's easy and very accessible to travel to.
However, on that development, we have got on the website as well, Brac Beauty Edge, which is in the same development, but on the bluff edge, so it offers those panoramic views.
And they're high
Stunning
demand.
views.
They're high demand lots.
We've not had one on the bluff edge for
been a while,
long time.
It's been a while. I don't think that one will sit on the market for long.
Yeah, maybe at the point of this podcast coming out, it might have
Probably already
gone.
gone, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that shows how quick these locations are.
Well, yeah,
selling.
exactly, because even P39 Brac Beauty, it hopefully is still there for the viewers, but may not be.
Yes, you're right. And I've actually, well, I'm not going to say anymore. I'm not going to say anymore.
Ooh,
But-
leave them wanting more.
Cayman Brac is my favourite location, Brac Beauty.
Right, my favourite location,
Here we go.
just to help Anwar move on a little bit
Yeah.
from rambling.
Okay, is it going to be Tittle Crossing?
Oh, did you know?
Thank you very much. I just know. I know it is because you told me before.
There's a lot on the website. There's 2 on the website, actually.
Mhm.
But lot 16, and the reason lot 16 is not a lot of people notice this, but all the prices that we have in Turtle Crossing are the same, but some of the lots are much bigger. Lot 16 is nearly 12,300 square feet. You know, that's quite a lot of property. You know, when you think about what you can build, even if you just build something humble there and modest, look at all that outdoor living space you could have on that size location. But truly what I love about it the most, you're literally 500 meters away from the beach, just a few minutes walking distance. And just the other way, you can go into Blossom Village, which is a world away from worlds, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know-
And do you know what? I've got a back Blake up. Little Cayman is stunning. And just to let everyone know as well, me and Phoenix, we was there. We walked from that Turtle Crossing location to the beach, literally just down the road.
Yeah, there's a
And-
public beach access point just down the road. I think it's 500 meters away.
That's right, Ellie. Well done, Ellie. Well done.
Well, I measured it.
Yep.
And I just said it.
So you walked down with a tape measure and measured it.
I did it on Google Earth.
Ah, right, okay.
I'm going to go with P8 Rum Retreat.
Rum Retreat.
Okay, tell us why, Elle.
Why? Because I love Rum Point area.
Do you know what I thought was amazing? All the years I've been going to Cayman, and I never understood what Sundays were like at Rum Point, at the bar area there where they all come, all the locals come on the
Yeah, the
boats, and they all moor the
music.
boats up just off the thing, and they've all got the music on, the cooking barbecues on the beach. That was good.
Do you know what I actually think though? On every island on the Sunday, they've got the beaches where a lot of locals do go to the beaches on the Sundays and just chill out, barbecue, and that's what the amazing communities are.
That's the lifestyle, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
But P8 Rum Retreat is larger than the location Blake brought up.
Oh.
Mine is 13,198 square foot.
So what does that mean, Ellie?
It's a duplex. lot.
Yay! Well done, Elle.
That means you can have any of our 6 architectural designs on there. I
100%.
think the location is excellent.
Also right across from the ocean.
Yep. You can enjoy Rum Point. You can enjoy Kaibo. You can enjoy Starfish. Is it Starfish City? Starfish
That's right.
Point.
Yeah.
Starfish Point.
Starfish Point.
Mhm.
You can enjoy Starfish Point.
And Cayman was going under all new renovations. Rum Point's just all been renovated, all brand new.
Yep.
But do you know what? I just want to clear something up. The reason we're talking about the duplex, and we said it about differently to Blake's, because a duplex can be built on a location of 12,500 square foot or beyond.
Yeah.
Just to
Good
clarify
little
that if everyone's
fact in
thinking,
there.
why?
And a duplex also is 2 properties built into one, isn't it?
You're 100% correct. So you got the benefit if you're renting them both. Big
Or
income.
living with a big family in both.
Or living in one,
And renting
retiring,
one.
and having a rental income all through your retirement in the other one.
So many options.
Good point. Yeah, so many options. So many options.
But it's also nice because it's sort of to the side of the development, but quite far forwards. So, not that it's a big development, but it's easily accessible once you drive in.
Yeah, and one of the great points is on Run Point Drive, so very
amazing roads,
Yeah.
amazing houses,
It's a nice drive.
and have you seen the houses right in front of it?
lovely. And you've just built a little football pitch, haven't you?
That's right.
Below the development.
Yeah, that's right.
Lovely.
Yeah, so I do agree with Ellie's number 1 location as well, which is on Grand Cayman.
Thank you. So, if you've liked any of the locations that we've discussed in our podcast today, make sure you check them out on oasis-land.com or on our social media channels. And please remember to like, subscribe, and share to your friends. So people can find out more.
Do you know what? I was going to say that, but Ellie got it in there. Blake, anything you want to say is welcome back.
It's been great to be back again. Great filming in this room, actually. Yeah,
Well, it's been a bit hit or miss.
Much more comfortable in the little pop-up setups that we started out. But, this is good. This shows the growth that we're having as well, yeah. But
yeah, definitely.
Good to be back.